Welcome to the fourth part of this 5-part series. In this series we've been busy showing you how to use Excel business intelligence tools to easily analyze and understand your human resource data. So far we've been working with two tables of HR data. We've worked with the master employee data and a data of training data. So in this part of the series now we're going to show you how to use the new Excel Power View tool to easily understand and analyze your data, and how to also create interactive dashboards with this powerful tool. There's different questions of our human resource data that we may want to ask. There's questions of our employee master data that we may want to ask. There's also training data that we may want to query in more detail. So we can create interactive dashboards that can help us by understanding trends, totals, and different key metrics that we may want to examine in more detail. Okay, so this is the Power View interface. Now, as you can see, first of all, down on the bottom here, the Power View actually opens as a new sheet just within your Excel workbook. So it's just like a sheet of data like any other spreadsheet that you may have. So this is really great because this allows us to have spreadsheets. We can have pivot tables, pivot graphs, and Power View all in different sheets on our workbook and all together for our analysis. Now, the top here you'll see the Power View gets its own menu option. So over here there's different settings in terms of how we set up the Power View. Now hopefully you can see by the graphics that it's pretty much like your normal Excel and pretty easy to understand. On the right hand side, if you're familiar with your pivot tables already, you'll see very much a similar ability to be able to drag and drop your fields and be able to work with your data. At the moment we've got two different tables here that have been linked together. In the Power Pivot overview we explained how to do that. We also have some custom calculations that have been put together. These were also done in the Power Pivot overview that we gave in the previous session. On the left hand side over here is our canvas. Now, Canvas allows us to create multiple different types of graphs or tables all on the canvas together, which is really great for creating interactive dashboards, but it can also be really good for ad hoc visual analysis or more advanced data analysis. There's a lot of different tools in Power View that are really great to work with. Now you can see in terms of the design that we've done over here, we've got some key metrics at the top here. So we've got the number of employees trained out of our 50 employees, the total number of employees that have been trained, because obviously some employees may have been trained more than once, the number of courses that have been run, our total training cost, and the average cost per employee. So some of these are using custom calculations to come up with these key metrics, but these are really great for dashboards. Over here we've got a trend graph, shows us our total training cost across different dates. So over here we've got our years and everything, and then we've also got some comparisons over here. So we've got our total training cost by department, and we've got our total training cost by different course names, and we've got our number of employees being trained as pie graphs and number of employees by gender. So we've got lots of different information here. Those of you who have followed this series throughout will see a lot of this key information already. At the top over here we've designed a slicer. So a slicer is a great tool in terms of pivot tables where we can now filter data. So if we only wanted to see data say for 2013, we can click on the slicer and you can see now automatically that my entire dashboard will now be changed just to show what happened in 2013. So slicers are great tools in terms of being able to filter our data. Another great tool that we can use is the ability to interactively filter our data. So let's say for instance over here we want to know what happened, just say for the finance department. Now we've got the total training cost over here, but if we click over here now on our finance, you'll see that all of my other views have changed now, because this is about interactive filtering. So now we've got the total number of employees trained in finance, the number of people who attend a course, the number of courses, the total training cost, and the average cost per employee. We've also now got a trend graph showing over time, and we can view how much per course has been spent on training cost. We can also see over here our pie graphs now are showing just the representation for this finance department, and we can easily change it to other departments if we wanted to. So interactive filtering is a really great tool, and we can see that this is great for our key metrics. So over here for instance as well we could do this by course. So if we wanted to see what had happened with advanced Excel or business data analysis, we can see now how much each department has actually invested in training and what the cost has been over that time period. So maybe have a look at computer literacy, and you can see the different graphs now all changing. So the ability to interactively filter your Power View graph is fantastic. Now this is a very short overview. I've shown you quickly that we have a canvas. We're using a very sort of pivot style option in terms of dragging and dropping to create different tables and different graphs on here. And as you can see, the interactive element really empowers you enormously to be able to look at your Excel data in new ways and new forms. If you would like to know more about our Excel Business Intelligence courses, please visit our websites. Thank you for your time today.